The U.S. military seized 2 sanctioned oil tankers in the Atlantic Ocean. One of them was Russian flagged, and it's wild that this is not the biggest story. So, you know, the question I often get asked is World War III or Civil War, and I say, ¿por qué no los dos?
I heard one of the tankers was just full of unsold Funko Pops. They got to get rid of them somehow.
That's why it was so high above the
Dump them in the ocean.
Boo-boos, probably.
Yeah, boo-boos, indeed.
As much as this is, you know, has taken a backseat to the story in Minneapolis, this is the one that actually kind of really has global implications.
Oh, yeah.
Because this, on the heels of the action in Venezuela, the fact that the United States went and just said, we're taking these, it kind of really shines a light on the fact that, and with no response from Russia, right? Like, they're not going to do anything. We're talking before the pre-show. I really think that if Russia could do something, they would, but they can't. There's nothing that they can do because the United States, when it comes to conventional militaries, the United States is untouchable.
Yeah.
Right. If Russia had massive military power, they would be able to beat Little Russia. But they've been fighting Little Russia for 3 years now, or whatever.
Is there a way that we can somehow turn an aspect of the story negative and then blame the Jews for it?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, they were. Maybe the attack, if it occurred on the Shabbat or something, it wouldn't have happened because America's controlled by Israel.
Well,
so
like which I guess we're supposed to be anti-America, so we'll just say that the ship was.
Well, I mean, it was
anti-Semitic.
It was in international waters, and so the U.S. had no right to take it. You know, it's not the U.S. problem.
This is like
so. Something to the Jews?
Bibi made a phone call. Because you know that's what he always does.
Well, I got so much, like, I won't say so much, it's just a few people that are quite loud on the show today when I was like, American hegemony is not going anywhere. These claims that we're sort of heading into a multipolar world were like premature, and I was one of these people that speculated this a few years ago that maybe we are entering a multipolar world, because after Afghanistan, it was hard not to think that after the, you know, disastrous withdrawal from Kabul. But like Phil's saying, Russia is clearly incapable of conducting affairs in their neighborhood, so to speak. Their special operation in Ukraine is like into year 5 now. Meanwhile, the U.S. took out their regional opposition in 88 minutes. So I don't know how you could sort of look at that and not sort of come to the conclusion that actually U.S. hegemony is not going anywhere unless you literally just have an axe to grind with America. Our global adversaries are just incompetent at every level. And like Phil said, we're still the top dogs when it comes to warfare. There's no question about it.
I heard an interesting conspiracy theory. Have you guys been monitoring the conspiracy theories on this one, like outside of the jokes about Jews? Mike Lindell has a passion to help people get the best sleep of their lives. He started by creating the best pillow ever, and right now he is passing the best prices on to you when you use promo code TIM at MyPillow.com. Get wholesale pricing on the classic MyPillows for $17.98. And I am not kidding when I say this. I sleep on a MyPillow every single night. It is my favorite pillow. Transform any mattress with the My Mattress Topper and save up to $100. Get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98 or the 6-pack towel set for only $39.98. To get the best specials ever, go to MyPillow.com and use promo code TIM or call 1-800-925-9096. These offers won't last long, so call 1-800-925-9096 or go to MyPillow.com and use promo code TIM. Order now, and your entire order ships absolutely free. That the tanker was carrying something else. Something was on this the U.S. wanted to get.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory because we know it was empty, but the Russians were escorting it with submarines.
Exactly.
So clearly there was some sort of munitions or
maybe it's the real Maduro.
Dinosaurs?
Maybe we got the fake Maduro and they put the real Maduro in there and he's hiding.
Well, I think what's most likely is if you look at the videos from the invasion, so to speak, of Venezuela, the operation in Venezuela, is you really don't see much anti-air resistance, and it could be that either they were waiting on a delivery from Russia or Russia already knew what was going to happen and took it out. Because they need that for their war in Ukraine.
What is it called? The MacGuffin?
Right.
Yeah. It's just a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what a MacGuffin is? It's a plot device that it drives the actions of the protagonist.
Oh,
so
I thought
it's
it was
like
a breakfast sandwich.
Oh,
McMuffin.
Sounds like it.
You mispronounced
or
it.
the goober.
Right.
It's like when a plot needs someone. What movie was it? It's the new Leslie Nielsen where he's trying
Naked
to.
Gun.
Is it the new Naked Gun? He's trying to recover the PLOT device. It's literally called the plot device. Yeah. That was good. That was funny.
Yeah.
I like that scene where he talks about how he shoots an unarmed guy in the back, but you get to the one.
It's just like, this is another example of a topic that when exposed to the masses, you're just going to get like nuclear coal, like just horrific takes. Like I made the point on the show that a consequence of us flooding the market with Venezuelan oil is it will negatively impact Russia. It will negatively impact Iran. I'm not saying Russia's entire economy is energy. I'm saying a good chunk of their economy is energy. And yes, it's going to slow down their machine in many, many ways. And people are like, yeah, but what about Saudi Arabia? They're an ally. That's going to negatively affect them too. I'm like, we don't care about Saudi Arabia. We care about Russia. That's our global adversary. You can agree or disagree. You can be in love with Russia. I'm just saying from the point of the Trump administration, they view Russia as an adversary. And this is a way to undercut them. It's like very simple. And so it's just like the masses trying to participate in this conversation. And I'm not a geopolitical expert, but I'm like not a retard. It's just so
what
annoying.
is the argument? Is the argument that the U.S. should allow all of our adversaries to do whatever they want outside of our borders?
Yes. That's legitimately their argument, because when they hear, oh, the world is shifting into a multipolar world and maybe we should account for that, what they hear is America should just just give up because Russia and China are like this, the reality is they're like paper tigers in a lot of ways, because every time they try to conduct affairs, it's a disaster. China hasn't fought a war in like 30, 40 years, and they're certainly not making any moves on Taiwan. If they thought it was a done deal, they would have done so by now. And so it's like a meme at this point. Like, it's laughable, the idea that China is like this like emerging power and they're going to overtake the U.S. Where is that? Because the U.S. just black bagged a president in the middle of the night, and it was easy by all accounts. They were back home in Miami for the Friday night nightlife. Like
they're still working on Temu deliveries.
Yeah, they're like snapping together iPads. Meanwhile, we're like hanging out in Miami, and we're like, should we just topple Venezuela real quick? Yeah, why not? Yeah. So it's like, I understand where these people are coming from. Maybe they view America as being a global hegemon as bad for the world. Even if that's your opinion, at this point, even prominent commentators who echoed this rhetoric prior are actually sitting back and saying, yeah, the U.S. still is the unipolar power. Like, there's not much you can do about it.
To your point about the idea that the U.S. being the global hegemon being bad, they're saying that in a context where you don't know what it would be like if someone else was, right? The U.S. has been the global hegemon for 75 years or whatever, since the end of World War II. And you can't imagine how bad it would be if Russia were the country that were actually the global hegemon, or if China were the global hegemon.
Well, it's like a spoiled kid. It's like, your parents have always been rich. You've never known.
And when one of us make sort of a criticism of America being the global hegemon, we're doing that because we are fundamentally like America first, so to speak. So we were like, let's just focus on our own affairs. Let's focus on domestic issues. That's why maybe we should withdraw from the international scene. When they're saying it, it's because they're fundamentally third worldists, and they just really resent the fact that the United States is big and powerful, and that really bothers them. Like, nothing angers these people more than seeing the Apollo mission and seeing the flag on the moon. So it's like, it has nothing to do with like, like well-constructed critiques against like, okay, well, maybe we're overstretched internationally. No, they just hate the fact that that's why they hate the British Empire. That's why they hate the French Empire. They just hate like when Western powers do well. They would rather, that's why they like celebrate like Burkina Faso. I mean, you see these people like these Jackson Hinkle types online where they're just like glazing like Burkina Faso, and they're like, whoa, they just figured out how to export tomato concentrate. It's so over for America. And it's just like, because these people aren't actually like giving well-leveled critiques.
What's next, the wheel?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, they might figure out how to stop like touching kids or something. Like, these people are backwards. You do not want these people in charge of the world.
But if you ask somebody like, oh, would you have a Somalian or would you have an illegal in your house? No.
Yeah, literally. So it's just like, you just can't, you got to tune these people out, because they just do not have America's interests in mind. They view us as a global hegemon as bad because it's America, fundamentally.
It's daddy issues.
It is. Unironically, it's daddy issues.
Yeah,
they view the West as Christianity and Western culture as this like paternalistic thing, and they hate their father, and so they hate it by extension.
Yeah, like if you hear the left yelling, abolish ICE, I just hear, I hate my dad.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
They got grounded and they were pissed about it,
What
and
it all
they never
comes
got
down to.
over it. It was just, Dad, you've just ruined my life because I can't take the car tonight or whatever. And
then they run over their dad.
right? I mean, that's what she saw. She saw her father's face in the Ice Age, and she was like, Dad. Yeah, I mean, look, the whole idea that the United States is not the military powerhouse that it once was, that is completely wrong. The hit on the Venezuelan president, right, to go and capture him. to think that it would be difficult for the United States to do those kind of things, like getting in, I understand that that's actually fairly shocking. Like getting in and defeating their air defenses and stuff. That's impressive. But the actual hit itself, we have been doing hits like this for the better part of 25 years, and we've become exceedingly good at it. The United States. I was making this argument maybe a year ago when we were talking about what would happen if the U.S. actually had to deal with the cartels, using the military. And the cartels or Venezuela, they are just not prepared for what the United States can do when it comes to force-on-force kind of attacks. The U.S. has been going in and nabbing terrorists or killing or capturing them forever. Don't forget, 14 years ago, 15 years ago now, right? 15 years ago, we flew into Pakistan without Pakistan being aware of it, killed bin Laden, grabbed his body and left.
Yeah.
And that was like, they're a nuclear armed, power. Like they have legitimate air power. They just got into one of the biggest dogfights since World War II with India.
Yeah.
And they won the battles because they had Chinese equipment that works pretty well. But
the Pakistanis were all busy doing telemarketing scams. So
they were.
But Phil, have you not seen the videos of the Chinese soldiers goose stepping?
I know,
they look
right?
really poised to take over the world.
They do. But at the end of the day, the U.S. has been doing hits like that for 25 years. And the guys that, whether it be SEALs or it be Delta guys, those dudes know how to take a structure and go in and get the bad guy. Even people that talk about, the raid in Mogadishu. The problem with the raid in Mogadishu was the dude that fell off the Black Hawk, not the Delta guys. The Delta guys landed, got the job, grabbed the guy they wanted to grab, and got him out. And then everything went to hell because the guy fell off the Black Hawk and they took an RPG. But that wasn't because the Delta guys couldn't get in and get the bad guy. This is something the U.S. has been doing for ages, and it's something that the U.S. has become exceedingly good at.
And we also have a population, this is unlike any other country on earth, we have a population of young men who literally dream of doing that. They literally are fascinated with these sorts of operations. They play video games. I know it's derided on the right broadly, but they play video games like Call of Duty because they dream of doing that. And so it's that's what separates us. Because the other ones, they just dream of goose stepping and saluting their leader. Where in America, we're I don't care who the president is. I want to go and do some cool things.
I want me and 24 other guys to go in, kick in the door, and take everybody out of the building.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So
and
it's
then go get a tattoo together.
Yeah. So we're just fine tuned for excellence. As Americans, our country, our culture, up until recently, has been fine tuned for pulling off amazing things like this.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people hate that. A lot of these people want to sort of put that back in the box and whatnot. But there's no question about it. That's
actually a really good point. That the idea of excellence is something that the United States has aspired to forever, whether it be putting a man on the moon or
black
or what
excellence.
Have you. Yes, even black excellence. But yeah, the idea, I want to be the best of the best. I want to be able to beat everybody. It's something the United States has always taken pride in being able to do.
This is why this is going to be a cringe take, but I need everyone to bear with me because I'm right on this. So everyone needs to bear with me. This is why, everyone at this table can agree that movies have, sucked for the last 20, 30 years.
20, 30 years?
Yeah.
I don't know about 20, 30 years. 10 years?
Bear with me for this take, everyone. So we can agree movies have sucked, certainly for the last 10 years.
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet comes out, and he's, accepting an award, and he's I want to be great. I want to be the greatest. I want to make the best movies ever. I want to go down in the history books. And he got, laughed at for that. And I was, looking at that, I'm that's actually a really American thing.
Yeah.
Because right now the problem with Zoomers and by extension younger millennials is they're irony poisoned. So everything in the world they can't take seriously, and anybody that's taking something seriously is cringe and gay. Mm-hmm. So Timothy Chalamet coming up and saying that was oxygen, because I was a dude that actually just wants to be great, and even though it's acting, it's something that he wants to just dominate and be the best at. And I sat there and I was where has this been? Because this entire generation's plagued by nihilism, crabs in a pot mentality, and ultimately just think it's cringe when anyone takes anything seriously. I'm that's a very ancient American virtue.
It's like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
You know?
It's amazing.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.